Just make sure you know exactly what you're doing.
I will. What's your advice?
I don't think you should be alone when you talk to Barrett. Why don't you have my father with you?
Well, Rena, it's not as if Barrett will be surprised to hear I want a divorce.
Maybe not, but he's going to be mad as hell, honey.
Rena.
Honey, I don't think that Barrett is going to give you up so easily, especially since he thinks that you left him for Ryan.
I don't know if I can talk in front of anybody else and Barrett there. I mean, we have the things we have to say are much, much too personal.
Well, then I suggest that you have my father in the next room.
Okay. I'll talk to Stryker before I call Barrett and have him come to town.
Mom?
Oh, honey, I'm in here.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Stephen Marshall.
John Love's motorbike is being delivered, and he said I could come over and check it out.
Does checking it out mean riding it?
Maybe.
Oh, Stephen.
Don't worry. John Love and I aren't real good friends yet. He might not even offer me to ride it.
Okay. But please, promise me you'll be very careful.
I will.
Bye. Ginny, stop worrying. John Love Allen is the most cautious little kid I've ever met. That's why I introduced him to Steve. He's going to be just fine.
Oh, I can't help but worry about him, Rena.
There are lots of kids in the neighborhood for him to play with.
Doesn't seem like he has an awful lot in common with those kids.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think he's doing just fine.
Wonder when he'll start missing the ranch.
Ginny, he'll tell you.
No, I'm not so sure about that. And he's not telling me what's going on in his mind. Probably because he doesn't want to worry me.
Have you told Steve that you're going to divorce Barrett?
No. And I dread it. Steve, he's clinging to the hope that somehow Barrett and I will work things out and get back together again.
Ginny, I think you should talk to him before Barrett does.
Yes, I intend to do that. I just wish I knew what was going on in his mind.
You know, I'd like to see him talk to Max. Max is the one person who Steve could open up with and be honest with. Now, Max is going to be here later on. I think he can help Ginny.
Listen, I'm real sorry about your troubles with Ginny.
Have you seen her?
Yes.
How is she?
Not in very good shape.
Called her last night. Vicky said she was asleep. I didn't believe her, but there didn't seem to be much point in arguing about it.
Ginny probably was asleep. She just got back from the hospital, and she hasn't got her strength back yet.
Maybe.
Look, Barry, I'm sure that as soon as Ginny feels better, that she'll call you.
I doubt it. I'm not going to wait for her to call. I'm going into Houston to see her today. We have a lot of things to straighten out, and I want to get it over with.
I think you ought to wait a couple of days. Ginny needs time to get herself together.
Ginny's had more than enough time already.
Ginny's been through a rough experience, losing the baby.
She's got my son with her. I want to see him.
Steve is pretty confused about this whole business. He needs some time, too.
I don't want Ginny to have time to turn Steve against me.
Barry, you know that Ginny wouldn't do a thing like that.
But your wife sure as hell would.
Now, Rena cares too much about Steve to do anything as cruel as that. No matter what Rena thinks about you. She knows that Steve loves and respects you. And she'd never try to destroy that.
She did everything she could to try and destroy my marriage.
I don't think that's true,
But
Barry.
no matter what you think, Rena's going to try to influence Ginny against me.
Barry.
I don't trust her, and I'm going into town to protect my interests.
If I can't get you to wait a couple of days, will you at least call Ginny and tell her you're coming into town?
Yes, I'll do that. Maybe while I'm in town, I could stop by and see Ryan Connor. Try to talk out a few things with him.
Barry.
No. I assure you, I'm going to remain calm, reasonable with both Ryan and Ginny. There are things we have to settle, and the sooner it's done, the better.
Call Ginny then.
Of course. I'll do it right now.
See you later.
Want some coffee? Something to eat?
No, thanks.
Were you looking for Barrett?
No, I just thought I'd come in out of the sun for a while.
You came in to check on me, didn't you?
Well, I was wondering what you were up to, how you were doing.
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes. I will be when everything gets settled down. You'd think by now nothing would surprise me, wouldn't you?
Kate, did you talk to Barry yet about all this?
I tried. I don't think I made much impression.
How is he?
I'm worried, Max. Those dark, brooding moods of his. Just like his father, you know.
Yes. I remember. But I think Barry will pull out of this all right.
I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's the way he was talking this morning. Have you seen him today?
Yes. Saw him just a little while ago.
And how did he seem to you?
Well, he seemed fine to me. He said he was going into Houston to talk to Ginny, maybe Ryan.
Does she know she's coming?
Well, he was just picking up the phone when I left.
Did you hear him call her?
No, but...
Well, I think maybe I'd better make sure. It's busy.